Namaste, my student. Today, I will tell you about the Jatra. Jatra is a very strong and very popular traditional or folk theatre of our country. In eastern part of our India, the Bengal, Orissa, Assam, Bihar are the places where till today it is prevailing with strong hold. In Bengali, the meaning word Jatra is to travel from one place to another. Even procession are included in this travel idea. In several ancient texts, the mention of Jatra is found. Like in Skandha Purana, we found 12 kinds of Jatra are cited. They are held in 12 months throughout the year. But these are basically festivals held for worship of Vishnu all over the year. They are Chandani Jatra, held in the month of Boishakh, that is April and May. Sapurni Jatra, held in Jaishtha, that is May, June. Ratha Jatra, held in Ashar, that is during June, July. Shravani Jatra, held in Shravan. Dakshin Parasi Jatra, held in Bhadra. Brahma Parasi Jatra, held in Ashwin. Uttayini Jatra, held in Kartik. Chandani Jatra, held in Agrayan. Pushpa Vikas Jatra, held in Poush. Salyoni Jatra in Magh. Dol Jatra in Falgun, and Mandavanjika Jatra held in Chaitra. In Bhimsekar Tantra, there are 16 Jatras mentioned held in different months. Mancha Jatra and Chandan Jatra held in the month of Boishakh, that is April, May. Mahanasana Jatra held in Jaishtha, that is May, June. Ratha Jatra in Ashar during June, July. Jala Jatra held in Shravan. Dhuman Jatra held in Bhadra. Mahapuja Jatra held in Ashwin. Deepa Jatra held in Kartik. Navanda Jatra held in Agrayan. Angaraga Jatra held in Poush. Maghadevi Jatra held in Magh. Dol Jatra held in Falgun. Duti Jatra, Ras Jatra, Basanta Jatra and Nil Jatra held in Chaitra. And literature are, so we see that the Jatras mentioned in ancient text and literature are only social and religious festivals and did not specify any art form. This statement seems all the more true when we see that a number of ancient Sanskrit plays were written to be performed in the Jatra festival. Like Bhavabhuti wrote Uttaramcharit and Malati Madhava for Kalapriyanath Jatra. So, Jatra is an initiative where people gathered for rites, rituals, devotion and entertainment. Thus, this become festival for the society. In ancient times, Jatra was also counted as a festival and theatre or drama was almost a compulsory part of it. The reason of naming the ritualistic worship in a place also as Jatra is found in 15th volume of Vishwakosh. It says that through Jatra was initiated as a religious procession along with Kirtana singing in the preliminary stage. But gradually people began to confine the activities of the procession and its rituals in a chosen place, and hence the total activity becomes static occasion, but these occurrences carried forward the name Jatra. Later on, the elements of the art of acting were added to this devotional singing and dancing ceremony. This new emerged form of performance is now coined as Jatra Ballot. The chief area of the performance of Jatra are Bihar, Bengal, Orissa, Assam in the eastern India. Hemanta Kumar Das opines regarding Oriya Jatra. We do not know exactly when this powerful medium came to be known as Jatra, but one thing is clear, that it was widely known under the name during Sarola Das's time. This was at least a century before Chaitanya's arrival at Puri and the appearance of Krishna Jatra in Bengal. However, it must be added that Oriya Jatra came into contact with Bengali Jatra during the 19th century, and since then it has always depended upon it for inspiration. From the beginning, Oriya Jatra received the favor and patronage of rulers as well as urban people. In Orissa, it is in true sense a mass performing art media. Primarily, the stories here are also based on mythology, religious theme, history and story of individual. Social plays have very major contribution in this art form. Nowadays, famous film stories are also adopted along with the technical advancement like sound, lights and other aids reach the performance, which they think is important to continue the fight with the electronics media and cinema. In Bihar, Jatra is a folk dance of Oranos, who are tribes supposed to be immigrated from Nepal. These Oranos have three dances: Jatra, Karma and Jadu. Interestingly, Jatra here present the fight of life, and the technique includes a lot of martial movement. The movement are fast and displaying energy. During the dance, a musician stands in the center of the performing arena and sings the songs in such a way that the delivery serves in motivation the dancer. The songs are sung in Nepali. Among many instruments that are used is the dholok. In Assam, Jatra is performed as Bhavana. These presentations include religious stories, taking from Sanskrit literature. Masks are a special feature of this presentation. Bengal has contributed greatly to this art form. In Bengal, the festival of the local folk deities is called Jatra. Some are of opinion that the Jatra was derived its name from this Jata. Whatever be the origin, the historians of Bengali dramatic literature have placed its origin to Natgit, which was actually sung in the festivals that was called Jatra. Hence, gradually the word Jatra took the place of Natgit. However, in the history of Bengali literature, pointed out to the Jangam festival, which the people referred to as Jatra. This Jangam too was a religious procession. The Natya Shastras stand as a proven fact of the prevalence of Natya in India, but according to the Vishwakosh, Jatra was a common patronizing art of the Hindu kings. It narrates that the actors with all makeup and costume would sit in the performance area, commonly called the asar. As per their appearance sequence, according to the story, each actor would stand up, sing, dance and act the character. This is an example of Jatra being separate kind of performing art, which is not guided by the Natya Shastra technique. So, it is obvious that dramatists are not in the lineage of Bhas, Kalidas or Sudraka, the Sanskrit dramatist. Around 15th century, Bodu Chandidas of Bakura Birbhum area of West Bengal wrote Shri Krishna Kirtana. Prior to this, between 1473 and 1480, Malladhar Bosu of village Kulin in Bardhaman wrote the first Bengali literature on the theme of Krishna named Sri Krishna Vijay. In 1494, Jasaraj Khan wrote Krishna Panchali. In 1495, Vipradas Pillai of Bosirhat wrote Monsha Vijay. Kovindra Parameswar of Chittagong wrote Pandav Vijay. From this time onwards, we find a definite development of the elements of Bengali drama. The stories of Monsa, his kind of pre-dharma, Chandi and other local mythology, along with Ramayana, Krishna Lila, were taken as theme and presented through songs, dance, music and narration. This kind of oral tradition presentation were now penned down by the writers and poet. Thus, Shri Krishna Kirtana of Boru Chandidas was the first written on the story of Radha Krishna, and it is presented with dialogue and songs illustrating the storyline. In the introductory episode, the depiction of the birth of Radha and Krishna take place. Then follows 12 more episodes on Krishna's life cycle in this play. Some such as Tambul Khando, Dan Khando, Nauka Khando, Bhar Khando, Chhatra Khando, Brindavan Khando, Kaliya Daman Khando, Jamuna Khando, Har Khando, Van Khando and Bongshi Khanda and Veera Khanda. All these episodes could not be possible to perform in one day. They were performed on different days. The word Pala was already in existence in Bengal, so with each episode the word Pala was added now. So the episode become Tambul Khanda Pala, Dan Khanda Pala and so on. My students, here is an important dimension in the history of Jatra, origin of Jatra, which I like to mention it, that is Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya took birth in 1486, while Sri Krishna Kirtan was written in 1500. So, during the life of Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Kirtan was already prevailing. The Sri Krishna Kirtan, generally the songs are dialogue oriented and hence had a dramatic structure. There are three main characters, Krishna, Radha and Barai, an aged messenger. All three characters present their dialogues in tune. In this way, the story is described and the dramatic moment developed. Hence, Sri Krishna Kirtan is often called by various names like Giti Natya Kavya or the Natya Giti by the scholar. But nobody could deny this is as a Natya as the dramatic elements were present. During the time of Chaitanya, Krishna Kirtan and Krishna Jatra was already prevalent, but Chaitanya added a different dimension to this Krishna Jatra. He introduced the costume and makeup according to the characters. Around the first half of the 16th century, we find Sri Chaitanya had acted in Krishna Lila. This performance described in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat of Vrindavan Das. Hence, we may conclude that it was Chaitanya who formulated the first stage of Jatra in Bengal. After Chaitanya, till the 18th century, there is no much evidence of the development in Jatra. In the 18th century, the second phase of Jatra development began. We find that different kind of Jatra are now performed. Some of these are Shakti Jatra, Nath Jatra, Pala Jatra and Krishna Jatra, which was the most popular. In Krishna Jatra, the Kaliyadaman episode was so popular that Krishna Jatra became famous as Kaliyadaman Jatra. At the end of this century, Vidyasundar Pala of Bharat Chandra was also the most popular Jatra. But at the same time, Jatra incorporated cheap entertainment and hence its dignity started to decline. Sishuram Adhikari took up the task to revive the old glory of Jatra and performed in it. He introduced prose dialogue with the songs. His performance had more importance to dialogue and the uses of songs was reduced. The next personality in Jatra to come up in the first half of 19th century was Prem Chandra Adhikari. He acted and presented Krishna Jatra and gained popularity. His disciple Bodon Adhikari also continued the same trend and opened his own company called Bodon Jatra he wrote a number of jatras that were performed. In the beginning of the 19th century, another phase of jatra in Bangladesh began. This was named as Notun Jatra, the new Jatra. The old phase is now called as Purano Jatra. So now we find two divisions in Jatra, Nutan and Purano, old and new. From the 16th century to the beginning of the 19th century is the phase of the Purano Jatra. In this phase, we observe that these pala based themselves on the religious and devotional themes like Krishna Jatra, Ram Jatra, Monosar Bhashan Jatra, Shiv Jatra, Chandi Jatra. During this time, Jatra was individualistic. So the companies bore the name of the individual personalities such as Paramananda Adhikari's company, Krishna Kamal Adhikari's company, Gopal Ude's company and so on. These companies were professional in nature and were controlled by the owner called as Adhikari of the company. The Notun Jatras, however, were run by rich individuals who run the company in an amateur manner. This content was secular in nature. Their content was secular in nature. The main aim was the entertainment, and this became their status symbol, these amateur groups, by the rich people of the Kolkata basically, and also in the Bengal, the rural side of Bengal. This owner also spent lot of money for this. In this new phase, the notable point is that in 1849, the team of Ramchand Mukhopadhyay performed the Jatra named Nando Biday. In this, the first time the women took part for the role in the Jatra. The vocal rendition part developed now, and we find the inclusion of classical rags, khyal, tappa, hapagrai, poyar rhythm in dialogues and kirtan started being used. Dance was also included along with the songs now. Expensive costumes and makeup was introduced. The Pala, Nal Damayanti, Raja Vikramaditya, Nanda Biday and Vidya Sundar Pala are very prominent plays in this phase also. Sri Chaitanya Dev in his acting had deviated from the then prevalent style of acting on singing. He introduced prose dialogue in Krishna Kirtana along with narrative singing. Prior to this, dialogues were not used. His presentation did not conform to the Sanskrit theatre tradition. In his performance, the entrance and exit of the character in the performance arena was used. Scholars opine that this system may not have existed earlier. From his performance, scholars derive that in the medieval age, the characteristics of Jatra Pala were the following. 1. There were no pre-made dialogue in the performance, but the songs were fixed. The actors were used to deliver the dialogue on extemporary basis following the songs. They also perform dancing and acting accordingly. Another notable point is the men acted the roles of both male and female character. The comedy in the presentation would be rendered through the character of aged person. This was another point. But notable point is, in the 19th century, my students, there are few names such as Govinda Adhikari. They reformed Krishna Jatra. This is very important turning point, mind it, my student. From this time onwards, the prose dialogues took up a major part of the presentation. I discussed already to you. Before that, this was only the song. Song is carrying and narrating the situation and incidents. But from here, it is going to be changed, and another dimension is in this art form is taking. The next notable point, the other forms, other reformers of Jatra, the Shishuram, Sridham Das, Subal Das Adhikari and the Monomohan Bosu. My next point is, one of the notable person who reformed Jatra in the second half of the 19th century was Monomohan Chattopadhyay. He is a Bengali fellow who was a professor, the Madan Mohan Chattopadhyay, who was a professor in Hooghly College. Mind it, a professor, the then time working in a Hooghly College, he brought changes and he come to work for the Jatra because he thought it is a such strengthful performing art. He changes the costume, he changes the dance style, also the instruments in Jatra Pala. He started with an amateur team, but his popularity made him leave his job and take up Jatra as his profession and run the team professionally. He changed the song performance in Jatra also. He refined these songs by introducing classical rags and raginis. He also stressed on the expression of delivery of the songs. Till his time, the men took up the acting of female characters. Naturally, the female song was sung in male voice. But Madan Mohan Chatterjee, who later on named as Madan Master, made young boys sing the female character from the background. Also, the aged singers sang the songs of the male character. This new system gave rise to the concept of jury in Jatra. Later on, the Motilal Rai, Brojo Mohan Rai, Paramananda Adhikari, Sriram Das, Subal Das and others followed this pattern, and new technique of jury or jurygan is being introduced. The style of acting in Jatra, I am coming to the style of acting. This can be divided into 5 types. Number 1, acting with character analysis. Number 2, acting with stunt and pose. Number 3, emotional acting. Number 4, melodramatic acting. And number 5, mixed style of acting. Apart from this, another style perceived, that is lecture style. Here the character while acting would often lecture on a relevant contemporary topic. On the basis of theme, Jatra can be classified. Before that, again I like to tell that this lecture time means, suppose there is a mythological play is going on. Suddenly, in between the play, the actor start to talk about recent epidemic in the society. So, he start to give in a lecture that we have to fight against the epidemic. In our area, we have to keep clean, all this way. Or sometime they come out with the patriotic content as their content of their lecture. So, in between a play there is a lecture, and it is very notable, few actor and actress become very famous for the lecture, and the audience, spectators, they are coming more interested in the lecture rather the play. So, for their lecture the people are coming to see the Jatra. This is a unique concept, it was one unique concept within time. Now, my students, I like to classify the theme, the Jatra basis of the theme into 8 groups. One is mythological and devotional, 2 is historical, 3 is political, 4 is social, 5 is quasi-historical and metaphorical, 6 is biographical, 7 is dramatization from famous literary work, and last one is adaptation from foreign plays and shows. There are 3 major trends contains in the history of Jatra: the mythological and devotional trend, history and quasi-history based trend, and socio-political trend. The first trend continued till the World War II, and second trend prevailed from after the World War II to 1965. From 1965 till date, the third trend continues. So, this is the historical division. About the presentation. For Jatra, music part is divided into the following division. One is Prastavana Giti, then the Juri Gan, then Dohar, then Ekane Baloker Gan, then Goner Gan, and Jatra Duet. After that, Jatra Ballot and Bibeker Gan. Prastavana Gan is an evocatory song where the theme of the play is introduced. Then the Juri Gan, the musical dialogue of the character, is many a time sung by another person or by a group. This system of presentation is called Juri Gan. If the actor was a good singer, then he would sing by his own and would not need a jury to help him. Then Dohar. It is a group of singers who sing together. There are 2 divisions of Dohar. Number 1, Agdoar, and number 2, Pachdoar. In the group, the person who sings for the character and leads the group is called Agdoar. The rest who join in as a group are the Pachdoar. Now, the Ekane Baloker Gan. The word ekane means lonely and balak is boy. So it is the song that represents the sorrow of a lonely boy in distress condition and is sung by the character himself. Then the Goner Gan. The word Gon is the mass. This mass song speaks for protest or stresses of many social issues. The character who sing this song are the group of many religious people like Vaishnav, Shaktos, Sokhis of Radha Krishna and so on. The Jatra duet, it is a duet dance of male and female of low caste character. They danced to entertain people and often had vulgar movements. These were in no way related to the main story. This served as comic relief in the presentation. Jatra Ballot. In the beginning of the 20th century, Haripada Chattopadhyay and Mathur Nath Saha introduced a group dance composed by proper dance teachers, but these were again not directly related to the theme of the play. This served as entertainment of the audience. The first jatra where this was incorporated was the Poddini Pala. As this became very popular, such dance become inevitable presentation in the jatra form then on. Lastly, I like to tell you about Vivek. Vivek is an important character in jatra. A singer who sings the songs of the soul of the character is called Vivek. The content of this song expose the truth and the forthcoming days and comments on future. The music is of 4 types: concert, mood music, sound effect and atmospheric music. Now, I will discuss about the technique of jatra. So, I like to mention, if we go to analyze the acting of jatra, so the 5 fundamentals can be traced. There are 5 fundamentals in the technique of jatra. One is asar, the area of performance. Number 2, lights, because today we are using lights in jatra and we are using in developed and different manners and different purposes. Then costume and makeup, then the sangeet and acting style. These are the main 5 fundamentals of jatra. From the above discussion, we find that jatra is one of the major theatrical form which evolved with the aim of disseminate the religion. During evolution, it incorporated the stories from mythology, history and quasi-historical story written by playwrights and poets. But during this time, it became the status symbol of the rich people. The form was used here neither for propagation of religion nor as a true connoisseur of art. Cheap entertainment brought the decadence of this beautiful prospectus media, but it is observed by the then educated people, not rich with money, but with adequate education. Even some of them who are academicians came forward to work with this form. Some of them were Shishuram Adhikari, Madan Mohan Chatterjee, called as Madan Master. With their effort, Jatra came up with proper shape, shading off the unnecessary use of songs, dance and the vulgar gesture are removed. Again the commoners become interested on this presentation. Jatra now become a mass entertainment and medium of mass education. In the next phase, Jatra entered into its modern period, where along with mythology, history, quasi-history and social play took prominent positions. Commercially, the Jatra became an industry of performing art. Notable actors and actresses, directors and playwrights of other media, particularly theatre and cinema, contributed in it. The names of Utpal Datta, Uttam Kumar, Supriya Devi, Asit Mukherjee are worth mentioning. The Western plays are adapted for Jatra now. Productions like Othello, Macbeth, King Lear and even plays of Ibsen were taken in. Political ideology also were incorporated in the productions, like Sonnasi Tarobari, Ajoy Vietnam. A performing media in Indian history with such professional and commercial attitude is a rare incident in the history of performing arts.